What's going on? Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be giving you an update on our Voyage brand. We are live, we have launched, and we want to give you the inside scoop, give you the numbers, give you the strategies, and really help you understand exactly what's going on with this brand. So before we do that, if you guys could just smash that like button, it helps more than you can know, get this out to more aspiring and current entrepreneurs that want to learn how to build a brand. With that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Brian, who's going to kick us off with the updates and exploring strategies.
Absolutely. I will just preemptively say there is a lot we're going to go over today because, we haven't had this call and this update for a few weeks, and it's purely because we've been putting in a lot of work to get ready for launch. And now we're close to 2 weeks launch. And with that, we're going to pretty much peel back the onion. We're going to start off with going through our listing. We're going to talk about our launch and our PPC strategies. And we're even going to start talking about a reorder because things are going extremely well. And with that, we're going to show you how well things are going. We're going to show you our organic rank. We're going to show you what our sales velocity looks like and chat about kind of next steps for us. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to dive in. I think it'd be really good for me to start and kind of show you how we're positioning our listing on the front end. And from there, it's going to open up kind of this strategy and how we're going to approach that. Okay. So awesome. So this is our listing, and this listing was produced by a mixture of the FBA studio who helped us with the bare bone assets, more so the renders. Okay, we actually had a lifestyle shoot as well that was supported in terms of creating this listing, but all of the infographics and the A+ content was through our platinum sponsor Ritz, and really working back and forth with them to really deliver the most confident listing that we can put in front of our customers. So as you can see, here's our main image. We really wanted to showcase the use of the product, okay? But we also wanted to showcase the use of the additional things that allow us to be differentiated. And for the most part, number one is this handle up top here. Number two is the clothing that's being able to hang through our little loops on the bottom. And number three, and our biggest value add that we have, is this jewelry and cosmetics organizer on the left side, okay? As we get through the images, our brand is, it's very minimalistic. The people that we're trying to target here are people that are on the go. They want efficiency for travel. And with that, they like modern, they like minimalistic. So in other words, we try to keep this as simple as possible. This first image, we really start to dive into the benefits, the features, and the differentiation points that we have. Without getting into the nitty gritty, I'm just going to do a quick little zoom up so you can kind of see the things that we've kind of outlined. Adjustable strap with buckle, detachable jewelry organizer, detachable toiletry organizer, a little zip up compartment on the bottom, multiple different shelves, the ability to hang this inside a closet. And on top of that, those additional loops that we added in the bottom to hang some additional clothing. The way that I look at a listing is, okay, if I am going to have a customer come through my listing, what kind of answers do they need to a question? Okay, so we really started to outline, okay, they obviously want the sizing of this. And right here, we really just break down the different sizing, the width, the height, as well as what it looks like when it's actually compressed. We talk about the value add. What is the goal of the actual product? Number one, it's to hang, pack, and then zip it back up. And again, create that efficiency for people. We took the opportunity to really just outline some of the benefits that we have with the product. Number one was sturdy hooks. Okay. And the weight bearing, again, another question that could be asked by the customer. We have mesh throughout. And then on top of that, we made sure that we had a high quality zipper. This is a flaw we saw in a lot of our competitors. We talked about the before and after. So really putting our customer in their shoes. What can this product do for them? And then multi-purpose. As we started to do a lot of our research, we started to realize that this product isn't just for travel. People use this for home. People use this for camping and being adventurous. They use this in their RVs. And on top of that, a lot of students use this. Okay. And as you can see, we actually have some images here where we're actually showcasing the product in use with actual clothing in there. And it's pretty stuffed. This product can hold a lot transparently, but this is kind of how it looks like. And the last thing I'll bring your attention to is this video. Okay. We worked with our partner, the FBA Vids, to really bring to life, a beginning to after what this product can do, and really showcasing it through a video, I think is going to be huge in terms of conversion for this. I'm going to go ahead and play this. It's a minute long, and we'll kind of go from there. So in my opinion, the video is a clear representation of what we're displaying in the listing. If you notice, even the lingo, the language that we use within the actual video is the same language that we're using throughout here. Okay. I'm going to dive down to the A+ content now. So the way that I look at your product description, your A+ content, it's really for those people that need more questions answered. Okay. So what we did is we took the opportunity to really just dive into all of the points within our carousel images. And we went into a little bit more detail, added a little bit more copy with this. I'll do a quick little overview of what I mean by that. So as you can see, kind of really just breaking up each point and each specific thing as opposed to just calling it out on the image. We talk about this in more full, but also including a before and after. Same with here. We combined a couple of images. And like I said, included some additional copy for this. So that's kind of our listing. Ritz Momentum did an absolute phenomenal job paired with the FBA Studio, paired with the FBA Vids. I'm going to pass it over to Mike here. And that way we can just chat about kind of our strategy and what we did in order to actually do our copy.
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to copy, you're serving two purposes here, right? First, you have customer experience. They click into your listing because they have a problem. They're looking for a solution. So it has to be really clear in the copy what your product is, who it's for, and what problems that it solves. But you also want to have a balance of SEO as well. So you can optimize your listing to gain organic ranking. So we did our best to really achieve that. And so between our title and our bullet points here, we've addressed both of those things. We talk about the solution that we have and the types of people. And then we also have optimized this on the back end for certain keywords that we're going after. And our goal is to show up highly in the search results on the first page, ideally even the first row, first few products when people search in the products. And then they're pulled in with a really detailed and really amazingly put together image as well as the title. And so what we used for this is Data Dive. And so we're going to share up the screen here and show one of the features called Rank Radar. So we did all of our backend research, and you can go and check out some of the past videos after this, where we actually sat down with the founder, CEO of Data Dive, and we went through the building of the listing. We went through how to do the research on the keywords. And so now that we're launched, we need to track our actual progress on how we're ranking for these keywords. And so this tool has been absolutely instrumental in helping us understand how we're actually doing when it comes to the different keywords. And so as you can see here, we have essentially all of the keywords there on the left. And this is just keywords that we are ranking for that are being shown to our customers. We have the search volume, which is how many times that this is typed into the Amazon search bar on a monthly basis. And then over on the right-hand side is what we call a heat map that shows us with numbers what rank or what position that we're in for any given keyword. So we've been live for less than 2 weeks. And as you can see on all the green areas, that signifies the keywords that we're ranking really well for. So anything above top 10, right? Our ideal, our goal is to be within the top 3 at the end of the day. But anything top 10 is fantastic, and it means you're doing extremely well. And then any of those areas that have, red, orange, or even yellow are opportunities for us to gain additional rank. And so as you can see from the different green ones that we have there, we're already seeing rank and really, really good positioning on some of the keywords that people are searching over 1,000 times, even 2,000 times, 5,000 times every single month. So now that we've targeted through the strategies that Graham's going to take us through, we've been able to gain that rank, and we're keywords. And so as customers continue to do those searches, they're going to find our product and be drawn in by that main image and then the title that they see, and ultimately convert, which signifies to Amazon that people like the product and their problem is found a solution and their needs are being met, and they're going to push us even further up those ranks. So Graham, keeping all of this in mind, this is our tracking tool, but take us through the strategies that go into what we actually did to get here.
Yeah, so we got a couple strategies in place, one of which is a really cool survey strategy that we use to help try and mimic the customer's buying pattern. So I'll share my screen here and just show you.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say on this strategy is, preemptively, it's a little bit in the gray area per se, but one thing that we always recommend, and we recommend to you guys as well, is lining up, a handful of buyers on the front end that can purchase your product organically. Number one, to help with ranking a particular keyword, but number two, and most importantly, is to really try to line up some reviews on the front end, because we know Amazon's a very social proof driven market. So when we go through this strategy, please make sure that you use this at your own will. It is safe. We've seen a lot of success with this and a lot of great rank come from it. But most importantly, it really helps us get that social proof. If you guys saw the listing on the front end, we already have 3 reviews lined up within the first couple of weeks and over about 90 orders current state. So really, really good strategy. And it's definitely something that you guys can use.
Sweet. So taking a look at the overall survey, it's not too long. It'll probably take the customer about 5-10 minutes to fill it in. But really what it is trying to do is mimic as accurately as possible the customer's buying pattern. And so the very first thing that we get the customer to do is to search one of our main keywords, which is carry-on luggage organizer, for example. They'll go through, choose a main listing. They'll spend some time clicking through the images, looking at the review section, and then actually adding that product to their cart. Now, we ask for some feedback to give us perspective about why they chose that customer to be specific. And then we get them to go through and actually hit the back arrow and search a different keyword. Now, the actual keyword that we want to try and rank up. And over time, we will adjust these as we start to increase rank for hanging travel shelves. We might swap this out to a different keyword to try and improve the rank overall across the board. So we get them to search this keyword, find our listing, and again, spend some time going through the images, reading the bullet points, the product description, trying to be as accurate as possible, mimicking a customer's buying pattern. And then, of course, we have some sections in here where we can get some feedback from the customers about what to improve. And then ultimately, they go down, they ask a question about our product to, again, fill up our search results page with more content. This helps with SEO and conversion as well. And then, of course, asking for their order number, their name, and their information. We have the last little portion here, which we added at a last minute, which actually helped us quite significantly, where people would be more enticed to not actually ask for a rebate and just want to support us. So we had a lot of people come through and just want to support rather than entering in a payment method that they wanted to be rebated for. But a very interesting survey here. Now, on the ads side, which is another portion of our ranking strategy, we have Trivium, one of our sponsors, helping us with our ads. And the overall approach that we take with our ad strategy for ranking purposes is we try and start with a very wide approach. And now there's not much data there. There's only about a week worth of data. And typically with PPC, you want to look at a longer time horizon, around 2 weeks. But we have about a week right now, and performance is really good. We have, if you're in the Amazon world and you know what ACOS is, we have just under a 60% ACOS. So we're converting quite well on our ads, especially the fact that we have a very wide approach. Like I mentioned, we're targeting a lot of keywords. And we take a very bottom-up approach with our wide approach, meaning we target a lot of keywords, but with very low bids. We have a big budget, but we're not filling up that budget because we're bidding so low. And over time, we slowly increase our bids to get more and more visibility on the keywords that are performing. So it's been working quite well. However, we are selling very well, and we're going to need to slow down our ad spend coming into the next couple weeks here so that we don't have inventory problems, which is a good problem to have, but nonetheless, still a problem. Awesome. So Brian's got one more ranking strategy. We've got a couple in the works, but Brian will touch on how we're using rebates to help increase our overall organic rank.
Yeah. So, one thing I'll say out of the gates is, it's not technically rebates per se. Rebates is technically black hat tactic transparently. And, our goal is to be very transparent in our execution of building this brand. So one of our sponsors, we actually just released a video on this exact strategy. So if you're actually more curious to learn, the nitty gritty of it per se, and talk about the philosophy and the theory as well, then I encourage you to go back to our YouTube channel and watch the building a winning and launch strategy with IntelliRank. But what they have is they have a survey, a service called, essentially it's a feedback service. And what they do is they get buyers to come through, purchase the product, okay? And then we also send them a survey asking them, we have a handful of questions that we're asking them about our product for improvement. So if you notice also in the survey that Graham had went through, we took a lot of time really just trying to learn more and more about our product. How can we make our product better? And we've gotten some really good feedback. And when I passed it to Josh to chat about some of the changes that we're making on this reorder already, this is something that's super important. Like, you need to be on your toes at all times in the Amazon space, because you want to make sure you're putting the best quality product forward as possible. And that hopefully will allow you to sell at a more premium price. But more importantly, hopefully you can crush your competition. So with that, the feedback that we're getting with the survey, we're also going to be getting a ton of feedback through this. But at the same time, we take the opportunity to also get them to very similarly do what we're doing in the feedback survey. Search up a keyword, purchase through search, find, buy, purchase the product. We don't ask for reviews at all in this scenario. All we're doing is trying to go after some keywords to help with rank. And what's very interesting to see is, I'm going to share my screen here. This is kind of the strategy that we have in regards to the keywords that we're going after. So within the first month, we're going to be pushing about 108 units through this survey strategy. Okay, this feedback survey strategy. And these are the keywords that we're going after: hanging travel organizer, hanging organizer travel, hanging packing organizer, and portable hanging travel shelf. So really, these are the first two keywords that we're going after current state. And right now we are roughly around day 12. So we're almost done these two keywords. And on Rank Radar, we're actually ranked #1 already for both of these keywords, which is absolutely huge. And on top of that, we're pushing so much rank on top with PPC and with this strategy. So these are the additional two keywords that we're going after, the units that we're pushing through. But, as much as this is helping rank, what's more valuable to us is the actual feedback that we get from all these people. So we're going to have 108 people go through a huge survey for us that are going to be answering 5 to 10 questions. After this month, we're excited to actually show you what that feedback actually is, learn from that, and how we're going to actually implement it. Now, with that being said, we have got some responses back from our feedback survey. On top of the fact that, quite a few friends have gone through, quite a few friends have used our product, influencers, and we're taking that feedback and making our product better. So I'm going to pass it over to Josh. He's going to just chat about the importance of this and why it's so crucial in the new Amazon landscape.
Amazing. Thank you. Yeah, so we've had a great launch over the last 2 weeks. Our current sales velocity is looking great. We're almost nearly 10 units a day, which is great. We are looking into a reorder because of this with the current sales velocity. With that being said, too, we want to constantly improve this product. Since our team has gotten samples and feedback from our reviews, we have a few things that we want to touch on and improve on, make them better. So far, the product looks great, super high quality from everything that we have. But with that being said, with everything that we've had and added, there is a couple of tweaks. Brian does have a sample in hand that he's going to kind of touch on these things and kind of show to light what we want to do.
Yeah. Just so you guys are aware, I want to show you our sales velocity current state. Right now, we're pretty much profiting about 8%, which is solid with the spend that we're having at the beginning of these campaigns. And everything is looking extremely well. But in terms of sales velocity, you can kind of see why we're chatting about a reorder already. So in our business reports here, as you can see, started off with 3, 4, 7, 2, 6, 5, but now we're pushing over 10 units consistently each day. 16, 12, 13. Yesterday we pushed 13. And today we already are at 9 units. So just doing the math, at 12 units a day, we pretty much have 60 days of stock. In other words, we need to go into production like right now in order to stay in stock. So our goal, similar to what we were saying, our goal is definitely to slow down ads in order to maintain profit, get as much cash flow as we can in the bank, and kind of maintain at that 10 units per day level. That's what we're happy with. We're going to be making a larger order. And with that, we're going to be going crazy on a second order. But with that new order, we are making changes to the product, which is super exciting. The product is of very high quality by all means. Let me just kind of show you again. This is where we're at with our current product. Some of the changes that we're making is, number one, as you add clothes into this, we have some flexibility in here. So with that, we're going to be going ahead and actually maybe putting like a thin gauge steel or a much thicker plastic in here to build some more structural integrity. On top of that, as you can see that these little shelves, we have like little stoppers right here. These little mesh shelves right here, they're kind of, they're flimsy, transparently. So what we're doing is we're going to go ahead and add a bar of metal, kind of like a clothes hanger, right into this section right here, just to provide, again, some more structural integrity to the product. The other thing that we added on was this hanger. Now this is, this handle. Now this is used for a lot of different reasons. It's one, to actually carry the product, but two, you can actually, if you don't have any space within your actual closet, you can actually utilize this for putting onto your actual suitcase, and you can have it hanging from your suitcase. With this, we're going to make this wider. So right now we have, a Y shape here, then we have a single rope. We're going to make this wider, again, for the main intent of structural integrity. And the last and the final thing that we're going to be doing for this product is we have our compression straps. So these come over, they compress the product, okay? And with the compressed product, it essentially allows you to get it into a state that you can put into an actual suitcase. And one thing that we noticed was these compression straps actually come off as you use them. Sometimes it's not necessarily an issue, but from a user experience standpoint, we're going to add, a couple little hooks. So maybe a hook right here and a hook right here. These hooks are going to be guides for it to stay in place. And that way you don't have any issues of it sliding off. So small, minute changes that we're making to the product. And we're excited about it because it's going to allow us to put, our foot even better forward. Customers are going to have an even better customer experience. And ultimately, it's going to be an even higher quality product. So I'll kind of, finish things off and just chat about, our goals with this. We have a couple of aces in our back pocket. And that one of those aces when it comes to sourcing specifically is getting back to using that metal bar that we had instead of this. This was a change that we made to the product just due to cost of goods and profitability. And we wanted to get the utility with saving costs. So that was a solution that we had created. But the metal bar from a differentiation standpoint looks significantly better. But in order for us to implement that metal bar, we need to get our price point up, which is our main intent right now. We launched at $39.99, but we want to get the product up and over $50. And with our jewelry organizer and toiletry organizer, and with that bar, we are very confident that we'll be able to get it above $50 pretty much at no issue. I mean, even at current velocity, I think we can increase it by $5 and should have no issues. But we're very cautious with, how we're going to essentially be profitable with this. So we're making these little minute changes. On top of that, another little ace that we have in our back pocket is actually launching this product with shoe bags. So adding shoe bags that are literally like 10 cents to source and are a huge value add. We encourage our little bottom organizer where there's a zip up to put your shoes in. So providing shoe bags, again, increases the value add to the product and hopefully should increase our price as well. So again, it's honestly so exciting. And, the launch, in my opinion, could not be going any better. We're in a really, really good position and we're excited to keep moving forward. So that's the update. I think on our next call, we're going to be probably a month in. We're going to break down our profitability. We're going to break down the feedback that we're getting from our surveyors. We're really just going to dive into the performance that we're seeing moving forward. So it's been good. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. And until next time, I'll see you guys there.